we lost Chuck Norris.
You know, they say Chuck Norris is so tough, there's no chin under his beard. There is only another fist.
That's ridiculous. Chuck Norris?
I think he still holds relevance because of all those, like, Chuck Norris memes and jokes and stuff.
Well, it has to be that because, I mean, it's definitely not his body of work.
Right.
I mean, his body of work, for the most part, is horrible.
Fucking Chuck Norris.
Hey, welcome to Radio Labyrinth. This week, Tim is out. He is feeling a little bit under the weather, so it's just me and Lizzie and Jeff tonight. How you guys doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well, starting off this week, we had some stuff to on our show sheet that we're going to go through, but my first question is going to be to Jeff, and how was ProjectHailMary?
It's so good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it everything we thought it would be?
I was hoping that Ray Porter would be the voice of Rocky, but it wasn't. But the person they used was good.
It was the actual puppeteer that did the voice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it makes more sense. I know that the big thing about this movie was trying to use a lot of practical. I mean, it is a huge sci-fi movie, but the practical effects that they were using, like creating the entire inside of the ship to shoot inside of.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go try to see it this weekend, like as a family. Like, again, another ugly male lead role, but because he's charming.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it with a face like that. I don't know how Gosling can pull it
I've really enjoyed watching the press tour with him.
3 hours long, too, and I never felt bored at all.
I mean, it made over $80 million in the first weekend. And for him, I think that's the biggest opening that Gosling's ever had.
Yeah. And did you see
awesome.
that thing he said about the movie theaters?
Mm-hmm.
That it's not up to the movie theaters to save themselves. It's up to Hollywood to save the theaters, to make
movies that are worth coming out.
Yeah, make movies that are big enough people want to come out and see them.
Yeah, that's true. I think Hollywood in the last decade, they've used it as a crutch for so long. Yeah. And you've got to start putting out quality entertainment for people to come in and pay the kind of money.
And my theater was pretty full.
Yeah.
I tried to go to an IMAX theater, but it was sold out.
I knew when we first read it. I mean, me and Jeff have both read it multiple times. I think me and him were just asking each other how many times we had been through it. I know I listened to it at least 3 times, if not more. But it's great. I can't wait, and hopefully I'll get a chance to get around to it this weekend as well. Something happened this week that I thought would never happen, and we lost Chuck Norris.
Yeah, he just leveled up.
I was in our homeschool co-op when I got the text message from you guys about Chuck Norris. So I looked it up real quick and I go, oh no, Chuck Norris died. And one of the moms goes, don't say that to me. I go, I was like, no, I'm sorry. And she was like, is that real? I was like, yeah, it's real. And she was like, I can't believe you just said that to me. And she walked out of the classroom.
Wow. Was she older than
I was
you?
like, and she didn't talk to me the rest of the day.
Was she older than you?
She's probably younger than me.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Norris. I mean, besides the obvious, litany of memes and jokes and everything that he's had based on him over the years, I didn't think that he was popular to a generation any younger than us.
Yeah.
You know, they say Chuck Norris is so tough, there's no chin under his beard. There is only another fist.
That's ridiculous. Chuck Norris?
I think he still holds relevance because of all those, like, Chuck Norris memes and jokes and stuff.
Well, it has to be that because, I mean, it's definitely not his body of work.
Right.
I mean, his body of work, for the most part, is horrible. I mean, the missing in action movies, they kind of hit that whole genre at the time that was coming out with, Rambo and.
Do you guys remember Conan O'Brien's lever that he had on his desk? That's when I was a little kid. That's what introduced me to Chuck Norris, and I just thought that was the funniest thing because it'd be so random. Random part of the show.
Walker told me I had AIDS.
He was one of those characters that I never really thought about until those memes started coming back up. I mean, Chuck Norris, Walker Texas Ranger was kind of like the last thing that I remember him actually being in the zeitgeist for.
Yeah.
And then he popped back up in Dodgeball.
Thank you, Chuck Norris.
Thank you, Peter. Fucking Chuck Norris.
Expendables, I think, was maybe his last movies.
I mean, if you're pulling up all the action heroes the last 20 years, you got to pull in Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
I was unaware until this came out. I'd forgotten that he had a cartoon that came out, Chuck Norris Karate Commandos. I think it came out around the same time. It was the same company that made the Mr. T cartoon, and pretty much on the same format. You know, he would come out at the beginning as a real person, and he would introduce it, and then you would have the show, and then at the end he would come back and teach a lesson at the end of it. But watching some of those, I mean, the guy couldn't even read cue cards, and it makes sense. I mean, he would stutter. I was surprised that there would be a director anywhere in a booth that went, "Okay, we're moving on to the next."
But he was like a 6-time karate champion, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the real deal. Yeah. I mean, it was acting for him was definitely secondary. It was never what he originally what he got known for was all the competition fighting and everything. And then he became an institution at a certain point.
You know, it's weird because on the way to the co-op on the radio, it was just like, oh, he was hospitalized yesterday.
Yeah.
And then seriously, like 13 minutes later, y'all were sending texts like, Chuck Norris died.
Yeah, I had heard, I saw the day before where he had been in he was sparring with his trainer, and he was 86 years old. So, I mean, he was sparring up until the day before he died, weekly. So, yeah. So,
was it just old age? Was it a heart thing?
Oh, they haven't said the cause of death yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't, like a fentanyl overdose or anything.
No.
But
it'd be shocking if it was, though.
It was. I mean, Chuck Norris was just strung out the last 40 years. Of
crack cocaine.
But rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Go ahead.
Yes.
You can watch clips of him on The Tonight Show with the kid that played Chaka on Land of the Lost when he was like 7 or 8 years old. They went on Johnny Carson with Chuck Norris, and the kid that played Chaka was one of his karate students, and they did a little karate demonstration.
Oh, really?
And they end up flipping Johnny Carson.
I'll have to look that up.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Let's see. And speaking of modern day badasses, someone thought it'd be a great idea to knock Reacher off of his motorcycle.
That guy was drunk. He must have been.
You know what's funny about that is I said, if I was talking about Reacher, like the show, and somebody said, I don't know Reacher. I was like, yeah, you know Reacher. He's just a big guy that goes around and beats everybody up. That's literally what he's doing in real life as well.
I guess he was riding his motorcycle and his kids were on dirt bikes and they were just kind of going through the neighborhood. The guy, I guess, thought that he was being dangerous, or thought he felt somehow that he needed to insert himself into the situation and hit him in the chest. And then, I think he hit him twice. He pushed him twice. Mm-hmm. And I think the second time he knocked him over off his bike. And that's when he just got up and beat him into the ground.
Does that guy not have a Prime subscription?
Yeah, I know.
It's his neighbor. I mean, you know, if Reacher lives down the street, it's, I was thinking he was probably, ever since Reacher moved in, he's like, one of these days, I'm going to get him.
How do you think his sons were like, ooh, Dad's a badass? Or do you think they're like, oh my gosh, Dad's beating up the neighbors again?
No, those kids saw that dude had it coming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did. He put his hands on him.
Yeah. And he at least waited. It wasn't like just a verbal confrontation and then he got into something. I mean, it got physical and he didn't instigate anything. It was the other guy totally, which, everyone, when this first came out, everyone was kind of, all the headlines and everything else was gearing it towards, Reacher, beat some guy up in his neighborhood in front of his children. And so,
I mean, it would have looked that way if he didn't have the body cam footage.
Yeah. But I mean, this guy's, Reacher. His name is
Alan Ritchson.
Alan Ritchson. And he's he's a smart dude. He's smart enough to know that having a body cam on all the time on your bike is a need nowadays. And this is a perfect example why. I think the police looked at that footage and then they decided not to press charges. Said it was self-defense. Which
that guy came out from his yard into the street to antagonize him.
Yeah,
right. Well, he had his own motorcycle too in his front yard.
Maybe he was jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, he thought he was speeding.
Those motorcycle guys are a different breed. And I mean, to all of you out there that ride motorcycles, I mean that in the best way, but you guys are, you are your own breed of people.
Everyone focused in on his MAGA hat in the background of his video when he went on TMZ to say,
was there one in the background?
Yeah, he's got a MAGA hat in the background.
I felt he had very effeminate energy when he walked out onto that street. Maybe that's just compared to
Reacher. Yeah.
Compared to Reacher.
Visual testosterone measurement. Yeah.
Like, hey, buddy, you stop it. You stop.
Maybe he's just
stop that speeding.
Maybe he's just into it. He goes, that's what he wanted the whole time.
Get beat up by Reacher.
Get my ass beat by Reacher.
I can sell this to TMZ.
Well, that's what's weird is he put out a video basically shooting down his own case.
Yeah.
That day to TMZ, which is, he shows up and says that he instigated it, which, was not the brightest thing in the world. I was going to see that Tim's, he is a little under the weather tonight. It absolutely has nothing to do with the fact that Sora AI app has been folded.
Or does it?
He's just rocking in his carport, making
as
many videos as he can before they pull the app off his phone. But for those of you that do want to watch any of Tim's Sora videos that he's made, he has moved those over to his personal YouTube channel. So if y'all want to check those out, Tim Andrews on YouTube.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
Yeah, they're really funny.
Radio Labyrinth is also brought to you by The Punchline. It's tucked inside the legendary Landmark Diner. The Punchline is Atlanta's longest-running premier comedy nightclub. You can get a huge slab of cake, some waffles, maybe some pancakes and sausage. That way you're satisfied and full while you're having a beer and watching very funny comedy. Coming up, March 26th through the 28th, Derek Cahill. March 28th, Ellen Schkemetti. March 29th, Corey Forrester. April 1st, Tahir Moore. And April 2nd through the 4th, Sahib Singh. Patreon members, keep your eyes open for a weekly giveaway, sometimes bi-weekly, to win a pair of passes to see an upcoming show. Go to punchline.com and check out all the shows.
What's this story about the squirrels, Jeff?
Yeah, this was in the New York Post, so I don't know how reliable it is, but they have photos. These squirrels are picking up discarded vapes and vaping them because I think it's food.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the smell is what's getting them.
I could see that.
And then they're getting addicted to nicotine.
Yeah.
Little juiced up squirrels. After seeing the subway rats dragging the pizza and everything, I mean, nothing really surprises me in that city anymore.
And with that cockroach that smoked a cigarette. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, that was carrying that had the cigarette. I've seen that one. I mean, it's a heavy city. Sometimes you just need to unwind. I guess the squirrels are tired of fighting over the nuts, so they're just now fighting over vapes, which is insane.
I looked at those photos really carefully too before I posted the story on my Facebook. So I'm like, if this is AI, I'm not going to get caught.
No, that's the thing. Something like this is you're like, okay, in today's day and age, I can believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, as many vapes as out there now just have been discarded and they're taking up so much room in landfills. It's bound to be, incorporated into nature at some point. I didn't think it would be squirrels using them, but I mean, it's got to happen. Oh yeah, I saw this. Colbert is has got a new gig after his show stops. It looks like.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody better.
Oh, I know
do this.
Yeah, he's going to be writing the new Lord of the Rings prequel movie, which I guess he's going to co-write it with his son. Yeah. And I don't know, he was speaking with Peter Jackson about it, but I guess he's going to be an executive producer on that. So he may do some of the writing, but at least this dude's like one of the few Tolkien nuts that is, he's the real deal. He knows everything about Lord of the Rings and Tolkien. So it's supposed to be a deeper dive into, what was the premise?
It's some kind of story where Frodo's dead, and the rest of them kind of try and relive when they started out on their adventure. There was something that they kind of overlooked.
14 years after Frodo after Frodo dies, Sam and the other two hobbits go back out, and they take one of Sam's kids.
Yeah.
And they go after some artifact, or they find some artifact. That's cool. Anything that'll broaden that story and keep it going, I'm all for. But,
Elijah Wood said, as long as he's living, he never wants anybody else to play Frodo. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I don't either.
At all. I was going to try to make a segue from Hobbits to this next story, but the Cornhole Killer.
Yeah, I've been seeing this all over.
I'm floored by this.
Honestly, that headline was one of those headlines that I had to read like 5 times to make sure that I was reading it right. But yeah, I love how they throw a professional cornhole player in there. Like that's a, status marker. One, I didn't know that cornhole, they had a professional league. One.
They have cornhole on TV now.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But this guy is a quadriplegic who allegedly shot a man in his truck. He was in the driver's seat. The victim was in the passenger seat. There were 2 people in the back seat that, after he shot the guy, asked them to help him get the body out of the car because he couldn't move. They didn't. They just got out.
Oh, that's how he discarded the body.
They booked. Well, they didn't do anything. They jumped out and ran off.
Okay.
And so he drove off, and then later they found the body in the front yard of a house near the hospital, where it seems like he just opened the door somehow and I don't know.
Nudged him.
I don't know how he got him out.
Nubbed him out.
That, or just made a really sharp left turn.
Yeah.
With the door open.
How's he shooting the gun?
Well, that's the thing. You could almost use that as a defense if the guy hadn't already created a YouTube channel where he is a marksman who shoots guns with his own. Does he
have like a contraption that he uses?
Well, he's different setups for different guns. I've seen a couple of videos where he's got the, like it's set up in the gun lock for like target shooting and stuff. And he was born with limbs, but as a baby, he had a blood disease that caused them to amputate his 4 limbs, but not all the way. So some of them are different lengths, I think. So he can use the videos I saw. He even climbed up into a tree stand.
Yeah, because he's a hunter.
Shooting, because he's an avid hunter.
So if he has to use a contraption for the gun, he's got to get all that set up before he shoots the guy.
Well, so
was it a misfire?
You're in a well, again, we don't know the reasoning or what's happened as far as inside that truck when it happened, if it was an accidental discharge or if it was malice murder or what. But at that range, it doesn't really matter. You're a foot and a half away. It doesn't take, you could do that with any, because he can pull the trigger, a normal trigger with his nub. So
I guess I'm just trying to figure out how you could do that. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I could pull a trigger, like, say, without my fingers.
Well, he does have what looks like an elbow with a rudimentary thumb on the end.
Okay. Well, then
rang the doorbell.
That makes sense.
So the part that got me was that when in explaining the story, they're like, he shot the guy in the passenger side and then took off in the car. And I'm like, wait a minute, how did he do that? And then come to find out he's got a Cybertruck, and it's a Cybertruck that's set up for special drivers. So it's got the blow and suck controls for things, and
it's all that cornhole money at the bottom of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously the guy's got some talent. He was able to launch that body.
I was gonna say, could this be an inspirational story? Like, hey, kids, you can do anything.
Game, if you guys want to play a game.
Yeah, I love games.
I was thinking about a game that we could do where you guys were going to guess the movie based off of the actor that I'll give you. What I'll do is give you an actor and then start with one of you, and you get to guess. Don't know, it goes to the next person, and then they can guess. And if you still don't get it, we add another actor on, and then we'll go back and forth. First one, Bill Paxton.
Twister.
No. Jeff?
Weird Science.
No. Next actor, Michael Biehn. Liz?
I don't know.
Alien 2.
Alien 2? No. All right, you ready for the third actor?
Mm-hmm.
Powers Booth. Liz?
I'm thinking. I don't know.
Jeff?
Was I know Powers Booth was in Tombstone. Was Michael Biehn in Tombstone?
Tombstone. That's the first one.
Okay.
Good job, Jeff.
All right, second movie. First actor, Jeff. Diane Wiest.
What has she been in?
We use our phones.
No, you should.
I'll just say Edward Scissorhands. Just I don't know.
No.
Can't think of any other ones.
Liz?
Can I ask a question?
No.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Oh, like who Diane Wiest is?
No, I think that's the mom from Edward Scissorhands, right?
Yeah.
It is the mom from Edward
Okay.
Scissorhands.
Parenthood.
It's a good guess, but no. All right, second actor, Jamie Gertz. Jeff?
Lost Boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Darn it. Why didn't I guess that one?
Next movie, Carrie Elways.
The Crush.
No.
Princess Bride?
No. Let's see. Second actor, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I don't know what movie they were in together. I don't know.
Jeff?
Twister?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Didn't I guess Twist? That was my first guess.
You said it earlier, yeah. That's why I was like, she's going to get it. All right, next one, Bruce Dern. Jeff?
Okay. Resident Evil?
No. Liz?
I mean, Evil
I
Dead.
have no idea who Bruce Dern is.
That's what I thought you meant.
I still don't know who Bruce Dern is.
Okay. Number 2, Rick Ducommun.
That guy's a comedian, I know. I can't think of any movies he's been in. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No. Liz?
I have no clue.
All right. Next actor, Corey Feldman.
Oh, this is that show that was just on that I didn't watch.
Is it a show or a movie?
We're
Both.
talking about the movie.
I was going to say Dream a Little Dream.
Yeah, I think it's The Burbs.
Yes, it's The Burbs.
Good job, Jeff.
Just said Corey Feldman.
I didn't know who the other actors were. I just knew Corey Feldman.
Yeah, the other one was the neighbor. Hey, Ray, how's it going, bud? Next movie, Ashley Judd. Liz?
A Time to Kill.
Good guess, but no.
Can't think of any Ashley Judd movies.
Okay. Second actor, Tom Sizemore. Liz?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of the movie. I'm trying to envision her in movies and think of the titles. What's that movie with Natalie Portman? Where the Heart Is.
No.
No. Okay.
Jeff?
Pulp Fiction? No.
No.
Actually, Judd's not in that. What's that movie with Morgan Freeman? Is she in that? The Lovely Bones?
No. Next actor? Val Kilmer.
Okay.
You know it, Jeff?
You know it?
Go for it.
Heat.
It's Heat. Yeah. Got a couple more of these. First actor, Victor Wong.
Oh, Three Ninjas?
Good guess. No. Liz?
No guess.
Okay. Second actor, Kim Cattrall.
Okay.
Is that on me?
Yeah.
China. What?
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. Ooh, I got one, finally.
First actor, this new one, John C. Reilly.
Boogie Nights.
Damn. Yes.
You got it right off. I was going to say Walk Hard.
That's your go-to John C. Reilly movie? Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Walk Hard.
It's a
great movie.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie. Well, it's an awesome movie. It's just crazy. That's the first one you come to. All right. First actor, William Atherton.
Isn't it your go, Jeff?
Oh, is it? I don't know. I'm trying to think who that even is.
All right.
Oh, I know who he is. Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Good job.
Let's do one more. Liz, Bronson Pinchot.
Who?
Bronson Pinchot.
I have no idea.
Jeff?
Pass to Jeff.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Nope. Second one, Michael Rappaport. Liz?
Trying. I don't know who the first actor is. I know who the second one is. What's that movie with the Irish brothers? I don't know. I passed to Jeff.
I don't know. Was Bronson Pinchot in that? I don't remember him. I think I need one more actor.
All right. Third actor, Gary Oldman. Liz?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, Gary Oldman was definitely in the one I'm thinking of.
Go for it, Jeff.
True Romance.
Yes.
I don't remember Bronson
yeah.
Pinchot, though.
He was the one that introduced Christian Slater to the director.
Yep.
Okay.
Had all the coke in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I totally forgot about all that.
So that was the guess the movie by the actor.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Jeff won.
Jeff won. He did. I think it was like 2-6.
Hey, at least I got two.
Yeah,
All right.
You did. You did.
Radio Labyrinth is brought to you by Atlanta Pizza in Gyro, your local family-owned pizzeria and the place to get local craft beer and great food that's always made fresh to order. They're open Monday through Friday from 11 to 9, Saturdays from 12 to 9, and they are closed on Sundays. Now, I've been trying to explain to my son why Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, but he's not getting it. Why would they want to stay with their families? The food truck is once again on winter break, but probably in early March, it'll come out of break. Give us a call if you have a corporate or private event that you're interested in possibly booking. As always, we thank you for your continued support and for listening to the absolute best podcast around, Radio Labyrinth. We're also brought to you by LDI Repro Printing. Do you have a commercial or residential construction printing need? Sure, we all do. Well, what are you waiting for? Contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens. They've been in Athens, Georgia since 2005, which, if you're like me and good at math, is 20 years. With fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366, or you can email them at athens@ldiline.com.
Views. Or
Snooze.
Last week was Invincible, which I've watched a couple of those. New season's real good so far.
Yeah.
The new Jury Duty, where it's a company retreat. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm going to.
It's really funny.
And the comeback, which I watched, hilarious. Still very funny.
Did they use the AI thing to a good result?
She's out protesting all this AI stuff and like the strike in Hollywood, and then she gets offered a job that's written by AI, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm for AI now."
I think that's more true to life than they want to admit.
Yep. This week is Bait. This is Riz Ahmed's new show.
Oh, it's not Dabney Coleman's new show?
No, it's not his magazine from Dragnet.
What's this one about?
This is on Prime. It's about an actor whose life goes out of control when he gets an audition to play the new James Bond.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it's the guy from Night of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. He's doing comedies now.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I'll give that a view.
Yeah, it's a view from me too. This next one, I think it looks pretty cool. Something very bad is going to happen on Netflix. This is the new series from the Duffer Brothers from Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
Seems like it's kind of a Twilight Zone-ish kind of weird show, but it's written by the person that wrote Brand New Cherry Flavor.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see the collaboration between that person and the Duffer Brothers.
Is it an anthology or is it a continuing story?
I don't know if it's a movie or what. It just says horror drama. So it made me think it's a series.
Okay. And it's Duffer Brothers too. They have a very good relationship with Netflix.
Yeah.
I think they could do anything.
I want to check it out. It comes out on the 26th.
Cool.
And then this movie on Hulu called Mike and Nick and Alice. It's a buddy comedy with gangsters.
Yeah.
It's got James Marsden.
It looks great. I've seen
Vince Vaughn, Keith David, Ben Schwartz. Looks really good.
Vince Vaughn. Vaughn.
There's some kind of weird time travel thing going on. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he's got to go back in time to save his friend from getting killed, and what he doesn't realize is he's got to save his friend from getting killed from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks pretty crazy.
I'm going to check it out.
Nice. All right. Staff picks. This week, it looks like Tim's staff pick was Harlan Highway is going to have Will Ferrell on.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours long. I started listening to it.
Yeah. Is it any good?
Yeah.
How's Will Ferrell? He hadn't done much lately.
No. He seems into it, though. He's getting the whole Harlan thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they play off each other pretty well.
Take a Banana for the Ride. The new Jeff Ross special on Netflix.
I saw the preview for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. He hadn't put out a special in a while.
No, I think that Bumpin' Mike's is the last thing I've seen him on TV on.
Yeah. He's great. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mine is also a comedy special. Just dropped yesterday. Pete Holmes' new special, Silly, Silly, Fun Boy. It's on 800-Pound Gorilla on YouTube.
I'm going to check that out.
It's really good. I mean, and it's one of those that as soon as it starts, he's already on stage. The clapping is already gone, and he just starts his set, which is really cool. Yeah.
I love him. I love his joke about, well, I don't even know if it's a joke, but about being a soft laugh or a hard laugh. It's like, you're not impressing anybody by being a hard laugh. Like, I'd rather be a soft laugh.
You see that thing from his last special where he just goes, I want to buy a dildo. And he keeps saying it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I can't wait to see what kind of ads you guys get after the show.
Yeah. He was just making sure everybody's Google picked it up on their phones. Yeah, this one, he talks about his dad. There's a great joke about his dad, his 80-year-old dad going from a landline to an iPhone. And when they're at an Italian restaurant eating, his dad's trying to pay for it, and he asks to help him, and he looks at his phone, and he's on the checkout page, but he's accidentally flipped over to Uber Eats, and he's almost ordered 36 steamed vegetable rolls to the Italian restaurant that they're at. It's funny.
I guess mine would be the Jury Duty show.
You watch it?
Yeah. Another episode doesn't come out till March 27th, but I've watched all the ones leading up to it, and we watched them all. I think Friday night.
Is Lisa Gilroy on it?
Who?
Lisa Gilroy.
I don't know.
Is she a local?
She's a comedian, blonde hair, really pretty.
Lisa Gilroy.
I don't know.
I heard she was on it, and I think if she is, that'll be like Who was that other comedian that was on last season, the first time?
James Marsden. I mean, James Marsden was on it last time.
No, but there was a comedian, Kirk Fox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to re-look it up and be like, oh, yeah, I saw her.
I think she was on the first... Was she on the first season?
She wasn't on the first season, but I think she's on this second season.
It's got it listed on her IMDb, Jury Duty.
Yeah, it's so funny. And they chose, like, another, like, super nice guy.
Yeah.
That's just willing to go along with everything.
They have to, because if the guy ends up being an asshole, it's kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of mean if they're punching down on him.
Yeah. I mean, but
feeding.
being the casting director for that has got to be scary.
Yeah.
You've got to pick the right guy to be the victim there.
Well, the producers from it are the same producers that created the Joe Schmo show.
I remember that show.
Which is the same concept.
Yeah.
The reality show with one real person and everybody was actors.
Let's see. Hey, if you like our show and you want to support us, you can become a Radio Labyrinth Patreon member. Go to patreon.com for the two different tiers. We have the $5 a month tier, which makes you eligible for all the contests and stickers and everything. And we also have the producer level at $25. And at that level, you get a T-shirt, and you get mentioned every week as a producer because you are producing the show. So Mike Walker, John Allen, Matt Carter, Chris Chandler, Mike D., Jim Fortner, Terry Fuller, Roby Neely, Jeff Peterson, Tim Slayton, Brian and Chelsea Smith, Pat Turner, who we just had on the live.
All right, guys, great show. Remember to like, subscribe, review us on Spotify. If you like listening to us on the audio platforms, head on over to YouTube and give us a subscribe and a like. Anything, you guys can leave a comment below. Anything will help. Join us next week. Tim will be back, and we'll have a normal show. But until next time, please remember to
Keep it
canon.
canon.
They say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
Lost in